Hello, one and all. It's my view of My Hero Academia, Chapter 349, Battle Flame. And I gotta say, Dabi is not looking too hot right now. I mean, seriously, we are half a chapter into the long-anticipated battle, Shoto versus Dabi, brother versus brother, and half of his face is already fallen off. Yeah, not a good sign. Not a good sign. Seriously, Dabi, how are you not dead right now? Or at the very least, so stricken by pain that you immediately black out? You look completely and utterly fine. I mean, insane, but other than that, you look fairly okay. And I'm hoping, we get actually an answer for that next chapter, because Dabi said he'll explain the reason why he's still alive and kicking, even when he never stopped burning hotter than you, his masterpiece. And I've been worrying about this for quite a while, even before the big reveal, the big shocking revelation that Dabi was in fact Endeavour'S Long-Lost Son. I theorized that, after the training accident on the mountain that killed Toya, he was taken in by the Safety Commission to essentially be transformed in Japan's ultimate super soldier, a force that could even replace All Might's. But their plan just went so overwhelmingly badly, and somehow Dabi managed to escape. I mean, a lot of people online are speculating that it was All For One and the doctor who took in Dabi after his injury, but that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me because, Dabi was not in the League of Villains at the start of the series. He had to be brought in alongside Toga, so him being saved by All For One, but not brought into the League of Villains just would be weird to me. Really, really weird. Oh, and speaking of the past, we get another interesting little tidbit here. Endeavor's sidekick Kido says he's been working for Endeavor for an entire decade. I feel like that has to be relevant to Dabi's story. We're going to get flashback to what Dabi experienced after his apparent death, and then we'll also see Kido's perspective. We'll see what Kido thought about Endeavor, what Endeavor was experiencing, what Endeavor was feeling, how Endeavor acted after the death of his son. I think it'd be very interesting to see, and maybe, it'll even change Dabi's mind to realize, wait a second, maybe my dad really did care about me. Alright, well, I'm going to go back to murdering people now. That'd be funny. That'd be pretty funny. Anyway, though, back to this chapter, we get a beautiful color page of Bakugo and Mirko side by side. I love these two together. I absolutely freaking love these two together. And after the last chapter, was it last chapter? Yeah, I started shipping them together, even though the age difference makes it, just a little bit creepy. At the very least, I think Bakugo would be an absolutely amazing sidekick for Mirko. Oh, that'd be amazing. That'd be so amazing. And there is a very, very high probability that they'd end up killing each other. Still funny. Still really, really funny. And then we have Deku flying across the ocean as fast as he can by combining Fajin and floats, and it is still not fast enough for him because he wants to go even faster. He wants to reach Shigaraki as quickly as possible until the second user reminds him, dude, if you go at full speed, you'll break your equipment and then you won't actually be able to fight at full strength when you get to Shigaraki. And we get another interesting little tidbit as he says, you tried to use my quirk, didn't you? Or my meta ability. That's what they were called way, way back in the olden days. When the TVs were still in black and white and all that. And they had good music on the radio. Yeah, apparently the second user's quirk has been enhanced to such a degree that it is a truly terrifying weapon that cannot be used the same way he did. And given that Deku is planning on using it to get to Shigaraki faster, my guess is that it is, a really, really big, giant, massive, huge explosion that would just send Deku flying through the air and would probably kill him, or at the very least break a few of his limbs. I mean, people have been saying for a very long time that the second user bears a fairly strong resemblance to Bakugo, and it could actually be his ancestor. Maybe the second user's quirk really is something similar to Bakugo's explosion quirk. I mean, it did seem like Deku was trying to do something with his hands here. Maybe he was trying to basically make an explosion there, and the second user would remind him, dude, you will break your limbs. Don't do that. Oh, I am so excited. I am so excited to see this quirk actually being used. Probably another 30 or 40 chapters. Anyway, though, back in the Toga fight, we have Froppy, who is really, really grateful that she stepped in before Toga revealed to Deku that Uraraka was in love with him, which, yeah, that was probably for the best. I mean, it would have been absolutely freaking hilarious, but I feel like Uraraka and Deku would have blushed so hard, they would have both instantly passed out, and then Uraraka would have sucked out all their blood and killed them. I mean, definitely a dark ending of the series, but I would not have hated it. And then we do get a very interesting moment from Toga, though, because she basically declares herself to be Himiko Toga. She isn't trying to become someone else. She's who she wants to be in this exact moment. She is herself. She's a person seeking freedom. She's not trying to become Deku or Rock anymore. She's content with who she is. Though she also has her hand on Jin's blood sample, which would be bad. Very, very bad. Though I'm still a bit unsure about how exactly that would work, because we'll just have, the sad man's parade thing lasting for a few minutes until the blood runs out, or will she be able to use the copy of Twice to have, basically an infinite supply of blood and just keep it going forever and ever and ever, because that would be bad. That'd be really, really bad. I mean, they're on an island miles off the coast of the shore right now, but I still feel like, she'd be able to create enough sad man parades, enough copies of Jin that she could basically cause a tsunami and wipe out most of Japan. Oh, that'd be problematic. That'd be really, really problematic. But it's still going to be an absolutely amazing fight, and I cannot freaking wait for it. Anyway, though, back to Dabi, we have Ida being utterly and completely useless. Yeah, apparently can't actually get close to the flames, so he has to, stay in the background, which just really raised the question, why are you here? Seriously, Ida, why did you come to face off against a fire person when fire is your weakness? That's a bad choice. That is a really, really bad choice. I mean, I'm assuming they have some sort of plan in mind of like, okay, we're going to have Ida go after Dabi because he can do X, Y, Z, and they're just waiting for that big reveal for him to come running into the flames and take him out somehow, some way. I have no idea. I'm very curious about that. And then Dabi ends things up with a nice little monologue about how this war isn't about soldiers following orders, but people following what they really believe, which is nice and all, but I just have one question. What's the deal with Spinner? Seriously, I mean, for one thing, just where is he right now? As far as I can tell, he wasn't actually, part of the All-for-One attack force, so I think he's somewhere else. And secondly, what happened to him? Seriously, his arms have, doubled in size. I think he's drooling, and his eyes look kind of dazed and confused and out of it. Did All-for-One do something to him? Did All-for-One, juice him with a quirk enhancer that drove him insane? Because, yeah, I'm worried about this dude. I am seriously, seriously worried about this dude. I mean, my best guess is that he's leading a force to go attack UA, or I guess not UA because it's floating, but the UA barrier, the people who are still left behind, the parents of the students, all the refugees. Or, he's going after the prison that's holding Gigantomachina with the intention of, saving him, helping him break free so that he can rush off and go save Shigaraki. Both bad. Both would be really, really bad. I mean, I'm fairly certain Gigantomachina is going to break free at some point. He caused so much trauma for Class 1A that I kind of feel like, they need to have their revenge. They need to put him down themselves. But I still would like to see some force actually oppose him. I mean, the big hope I have is that Stain and some other villains come out of hiding and they say, okay, we might be villains, but we still have a sense of code, a sense of honor, and we're not going to let you just, go crazy and mindlessly destroy everything. We're going to stand up for the parts of your society that we believe in, for the parts that we want to keep safe. Oh, that'd be amazing. That'd be so amazing. Seriously, I've been predicting a Suicide Squad since, Gigantomachina's last rampage. But please let me know what you think all down below. How exactly did Dabi survive, being burned to death? And how is he still alive now with half of his face melted off? What is the big story he's about to tell? What is Ida going to do in this fight? Because, like I said, right now, he seems like the worst person they could have brought. Toga, what's she going to do with Jin's blood? And how powerful will it really be? What is the second user's quirk? What kind of ultimate secret weapon does Deku have hiding inside of him? And what exactly is he going to use it for? And finally, do you think Bakugo and Mirko are going to end up as a couple or, hero and sidekick? Either way, that'd be amazing. Either way, that'd be abso-freaking-lutely amazing. But please let me know what you think about all this down below. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss my next video. And until then, peace!